and welcome back to Oxventure Wyrdwood. Last week, you all learned that it's important to make sure that children aren't smuggling severed heads in any given situation, because you got on
already.
I didn't say anything. You got onto the wrong side of a Dullahan and a massive pack of gabble ratchets, and you narrowly escaped into the Wyrdwood.
That sounds a lot more whimsical than it was.
Yeah.
It was horrifying.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound that whimsical.
That's English folklore, baby. The Wyrdwood doesn't seem keen on letting you go. In fact, it opened up a path, as you may remember, which is littered with tiny bioluminescent flowers, almost like there's a carpet being rolled out for somebody very, very important. Spoilers, it's not any of you. You are being summoned to meet somebody. And we should really meet our players and their characters.
I'm Mike. I'm playing Lug, the fearbold barbarian who loves the forest. For now.
I'm Luke. I'm playing Happen, who is a human ranger completely devoted to the extremes of luck, both good and bad.
I'm Jane. I'm playing Willow Fine, who is an Asimar cleric.
I'm Andy. I'm playing the dual roles of Robin Oatcake, who is a man, and Morven Helwain, who is a Berrant sorcerer.
Hello, I'm Ellen, and I'm playing Cressida Blackwater, human elf wizard, who is just not enjoying roughing it and slumming it, to be honest.
Fair enough. We're going to get right into our adventure, but first, Luke and Andy, it seems like you have something to say. Do you?
I've got 2 words for you. Mouse folk. Want to play them in D&D? Of course you do. You want to be a mouse folk?
I think we've all wanted to be a mouse folk.
Well,
now we can, thanks to Volder's Spire of Secrets, which is available now on the Mage Hand Press store. That's right, URL is on screen right now. You can be a mouse folk, you can be a witch, you can play 2 characters at once, imagine that. And all of this is compatible with Dungeons & Dragons 5e and the 2024 edition, which we are playing for Oxventure Wyrdwood. So it all fits in with the stuff you're doing already. It's just a bunch of cool new base classes, 10 new base classes, over 150 new subclasses. There's a toy race, they're called the Gepettans, so check it out. Volder's Spire of Secrets.
If you love D&D, this is the definitive expansion. This is the one you need. This is the mega DLC.
Mage Hand Press store, head there right now and check it out.
It's a really long way of saying mouse folk. So.
You can be a mouse folk. That's all we needed to say. Mouse folk.
No.
Mouse folk. That's what a mouse sounds like. Now you know.
So we pick up directly where we left off, with you walking along a path that is illuminated by some dainty little flowers, and eventually you enter. I wouldn't call it a clearing, because the wood and the canopy completely envelops this area, but it's kind of like almost like a sphere that you enter. And against the far wall, made out of sort of roots and branches, constructing a sort of grand chair. I wouldn't call it a throne, but I would call it a seat of power and influence, behind which, kind of swarming indistinctly in the shadows, but very much peeking out and having a look and seeing, just you feel a lot of eyes on you, indistinctly kind of observing the newcomers to the wood. You get the impression that there are hundreds of different wild folk creatures. It's almost like you've entered a royal court. And sat on this seat, kind of reclining, is a green man. So you picture sort of very, very tall, entirely green, kind of this foliate head. The beard is made of oak leaves. There's ash and elm in there as well, with this long mane of hair, which looks more vegetal than it does, made of keratin like our hair is. His skin is completely covered in leaves, and he is just sort of watching you all, and you have no doubt in your minds whatsoever that this is the being who has summoned you.
We should kneel. It's a leaf fella.
Lug says we should kneel.
We should, probably. Yeah.
I kneel.
I kneel.
I kneel as well.
I refuse to kneel.
Oh.
Because I'm not getting this dress. I kind of nod.
Like that.
That'll do.
Whatever.
All right. I edge away from...
Are you
On
kneeling?
one knee.
Are you kneeling, Robin? All right.
I'm down,
Straights himself.
Yeah.
He's
touching
sort
the
of
floor.
There is a deep, sonorous laugh that seems to ring around the entire. I'm going to call it a clearing for the sake. The floor's clear. I'm going to call it a clearing for the sake of argument. His voice just goes, There is no need to kneel. Please, rise.
What did you tell us to kneel for, you idiot? We look like idiots.
You don't want to not kneel when you need to kneel. It's no less of a problem if you kneel when you don't need to kneel.
What?
Now let me see. Who has come before me this night?
We have.
He sort of, as you speak, he starts forward and kind of stares at you with unmistakable fascination. He's watching you and he sort of grins like, you should not exist. How fascinating. And he reaches down, sort of down by his ankle. And as he does this, from the ceiling above you, this enormous green hand, ringed in leaves, reaches down and just picks Happen up by the leg. You are pulled up into the very canopy of the Wyrdwood.
No.
Where you do not see like a corresponding face or anything, but you feel like you are being intensely regarded by an intelligence that is both greater and far, far older than your own. The voice continues. A common folk from the Balewood. Wonders never cease. And you are slowly lowered back down. Like, he's not trying to write to you, but he's lowering you enough that you can kind of like lower yourself to the ground.
Are you all right?
Yeah, he's just like everyone else, super into the fact that I'm from Balewood.
Okay. Must be nice there.
I think it's nice.
You may be wondering why I've gathered you here, why I did not let you leave the wood after initially I was reluctant to let you enter it.
Thought maybe you wanted to save us from the headless fella.
I had not decided at that point, but
Well, we're very grateful that you did.
Do you know the man with the hat?
who do you mean?
There was a man with a hat, and he...
Like when you take a disc of leather and push it down and then you tie a string around it, and he had a coat that was sort of like leather, but it was sort of made of patchwork.
Ah. Yes, I know something of that figure, but there will be time to discuss this. First, I'm afraid you have some explaining to do. Now, I do not speak for the entirety of the Wyrdwood, but I speak for a portion of it. I have some limited dominion over it, and in that self-same portion was a tree. A maudlin ash. That tree is no more. That tree was a friend to many. It was voracious, yes, but we often don't get to choose our friends or our traveling companions, do we?
Certainly wasn't a friend to us.
Definitely not a friend to me.
As I'm told, I wasn't there.
We burned it. It was...
Whoa, what's this we?
As a team, we worked together. We destroyed it. It was in self-defense. In the Balewood, self-defense is considered an acceptable reason for inflicting mortal injury.
So it is here as well, but then this is rather more of a thorny issue, isn't it? The windfall bargain was broken by the people of Oakburn. The tree took control of them, as is its right. And then you wandered into the midst of it with, may I say, disastrous consequences. I say this not to punish you, but to lay things out as they are. You have a blood debt to the Wyrdwood. And there is, as so often is the case between my people and yours, he looks specifically at Hap and Robin and Cressida at this point. He sort of inclines his head deferentially to Willow, Fine, and Lug to indicate that the wild in him recognizes the wild in you, basically. I believe a bargain can be struck, as often it has been before. Please, make yourselves comfortable. The leaf litter sort of jumps up and forms itself into various shapes. There are sort of like low stools that you could sit on. There's sort of, couches on which to recline. He's trying to make things comfortable for you, but all he knows is the wilderness.
Didn't even do anything.
Oh yeah. Some sprites. You sort of recognise them as distant cousins of your own. They're kind of a bit larger. Take to wing, and they're sort of carrying mugs of what looks like a sort of a cool water. And there are plates of sort of various berries and nuts, etc., etc. All of you, having grown up in Hales, know well enough never to just take food and drink from the wild folk. I think he senses your hesitance and goes, I make a solemn oath I offer you these victuals without expectation or bargain. Now, if you would be so kind, could you tell me a little about your purpose here?
All right, I take out the cope stones, the communication stones. We've been dispatched as a team from the folk mood at the centre of this land to investigate the happenings with magic.
We sensed a folkmoot.
Do you know what's going on with magic?
I'm afraid we are at a loss in the same way you are.
It's bad. It means people can't uphold their bargains.
Yes, we know. It brings us no joy to enact the consequences of that which falls through the gaps, as it were. I'll be honest, we were waiting to hear news of the folkmoot to see what the common people had decided, but there's been nothing forthcoming so far. It seems the common folk don't place as much trust in us as they have over the last many years.
I don't think they've come to a conclusion. We're just trying to investigate, and that's our role, is to try and discover what's behind it so a solution can be found.
That seems wise.
Should we go and do that then?
It's what we were doing before.
Yeah.
He pauses as if he's listening to something that you can't hear. Your intentions seem true enough, although you seem deeply strange to me. He's regarding you, Robin, now very closely, as if he's just noticed.
Oh, he seems deeply strange to us as well.
Oi! Nice.
It'll be because there's a sorcerer in him.
Fascinating.
I'm all right.
He
Most
sort
of
of
the time.
almost reaches down again to pick you up, and you see this hand descend.
Oh, no, I'm all right. You can have a look from up there.
Very well. I would like to grant you free passage through the wood again, and I would like to speed you on your journey.
Hooray!
But as I said, there is a blood debt that must be paid.
At this point, King Cressida just being like, oh, what is it? Whatever debt, I can pay off a debt. And she throws like a couple of gold coin at his feet.
Is it Lily's money?
No. No, it was from a little stash that she had with her. Lily's wasn't quite enough. Lily's was just a few silvers.
Silvers?
Well, bronzes.
There is a hiss from a lot of the voices, a lot of the creatures that you cannot see in the shadows. It seems like what you just did was extremely insouciant. There's like a
Chris, I don't think they want money.
For his part, the Green Man finds this quite funny. It's like, would that it was so simple. No. Here we barter. One good turn deserves another. We will be happy to cancel your debt and speed you on your way if you resolve an issue for us. There is a settlement of common folk not too far from our borders. We've had an agreement with them for a long time now, but when we awoke from our torpor, they did not emerge to renew their bond. To them we extended the windfall agreement, the right to forage, the right to hunt, safe passage through the woods. For as far as my borders reach, we were very, very good to them. And yet they have not come to see us. I worry, in truth, more than I am offended. I would like you to go see these people, see if any fate has befallen them, and indicate that we are ready to make our bond anew.
Before we agree, I think that sounds reasonable, but I think if we do that, it's quite a big task. We're already on a pretty important job, and it would delay us quite considerably from getting to that. I think it's reasonable, if everyone else thinks so as well, that I think you should reward us in some other way as well.
And what would that be?
A token, a favour of the green man, something that one of us could use or deploy. I think it would speed us on our quest considerably, and I don't think it's an unreasonable ask.
You don't know whether you want to live or die, and you're thrilled by the possibility of both, aren't you?
I'm thrilled by the possibility of good and bad fortune, and I sense both now. Do we
Make
have a
me.
bargain? Yeah.
DC 18
Well,
persuasion check.
I'll clearly be using.
That's a point of debt if ever I've heard of one.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Good loot is on the line here, gang.
Got it. Inspiration. No, you haven't. We haven't had the rest.
Green man's big green sword or whatever.
Boring.
What'd you roll?
It's more or less the only result that Happen is unhappy with. And 11. Plus, what was it? It doesn't matter.
Charisma persuasion, right?
Charisma persuasion, that's -1.
You're not charismatic. That's, wow.
He sort of sits back and picks up a very large goblet. It's almost like a rain barrel. He sort of sits back, it's like, you amuse me. Go, do what has been asked, and we shall see. But I promise nothing now. The path opens up on the other side of the clearing, and you find yourselves walking down. It opens up quite a broad corridor. You are being sped along by basically being shown the back door, and this place will spit you out next to the hamlet.
Big green hand shuffling us along.
Exactly, yeah. It's going to spit you out near the hamlet toward which you are heading. Is there any preparation you would like to make beforehand?
Okay. Is the time for a long rest, or?
You could probably ask the green man. You've not left the clearing yet.
Is it still night? As
Yeah, it's
well?
nighttime.
In my experience, wild folk perceive time on a different scale. I'm sure the green man wouldn't mind if we slept and waited.
You want to bed down in the woods?
I think we're safe in these woods. We're on a job for the green man.
All right.
Let's just ask him. Green man, we feel we'd be better equipped to tackle this task with a rest, so we can regroup.
Yeah, or a favour or an item.
He's sort of like, he cracks a wry smile at Happen. Very well.
Thank you, Green man.
Take your rest. About 8 hours or so should do it.
Yes. Tight 8.
But then be on your way.
Yeah.
I'm staying up. I will incur some exhaustion
Okay.
to remain awake. I don't
Sure
think
thing.
Robin would want to.
Okay. Yeah, you
Now that he knows what happens when he falls asleep.
take 1 level of exhaustion, please.
That's -2 to all my rolls, right?
Yes, it is.
Great stuff, great
And
stuff.
your pace is reduced by -5 feet
Sweet.
a second.
So you're an exhausted peasant with 4 health points.
Yeah.
Some high-level D&D, what can I say? All right, have yourself a lovely, lovely long rest. Refresh your stuff. You all sleep on, the floor.
Robin, you should sleep. It's late.
I'm not tired, not sleepy.
I'm
Fine.
sleepy. How are you not sleepy?
I'm not sleepy at all. Well, I'll keep everyone safe. Set me off now. Oh, God damn it.
Genuinely, yeah, that was, yeah. You don't find it too hard to stay awake.
Because of the terror.
Yeah, this is so very strange to you. The constant whisperings and chitterings and movement in the wood, not just from the people who are kind of observing you because you're so strange, but off in the woods you can hear like enormous crashing noises at points. It's like things that are impossibly big are moving through the wood.
But
There's
also, every time Robin starts to sort of dip, there's a sensation in the back of his mind, like an icy hand is sort of closing over his brain, which does.
Ooh, like that thing when you're
Refreshing.
falling asleep and it feels like you're falling,
feels like
but
you're
much
falling.
worse
It's
than
exactly
that.
it's exactly that. It's a full body jolt and a kind of icy feeling around his brain.
Wow. The green man just stares at you, unblinking, unmoving for 8 hours. You can feel that he is watching you, but he is just...
Hello. I do need to go to the bathroom, so if you All right.
The only time he moves is to go.
Okay.
He doesn't know that's not when the sorcerer comes out.
Can't go if you're watching.
Go behind a tree.
I go behind a tree.
Not that tree.
The tree peeing bargain. Don't break the tree peeing bargain.
A pair of eyes open up in the tree. Oh, just wait till we get to the village, I suppose.
That'd probably keep you awake.
Yeah, that will keep you awake.
Okay. You wake up in the morning. You find that there has been for each of you, there is a small satchel kind of made out of, it's almost like wicker, like woven branches. And inside are some victuals, sort of, again, some mushrooms, some fruits.
Great, I chow
Some
down.
sort of unleavened bread.
Sounds good.
Some wine.
No wine.
It's 6 a.m., Cress.
It's wine o'clock somewhere. No, she does not say that.
No, yes, she does. Okie dokie. The Green Man is true to his word. You proceed along this path, and then it's weird. Like after about 10 minutes, you emerge out of the wood again. That should have, based on sort of as you get onto the moors where you are, that should have been a journey of about 3 hours. But you can see that there is a small hamlet ahead. There's smoke coming out of the chimneys. There's sort of a paddock with some sheep being grazed. Everything seems to be fairly normal.
Well, we walk into town and shout good day.
Maybe they
See
just
if we can
forgot.
beckon some people out.
Maybe we'll remind them. They'll be like, "Oh, I can't believe it! Didn't uphold the bargain with the wild folk." And
Hello, good
probably
people.
just slip their mind.
Hail
Hey,
and
is there
well
anyone?
met.
Yeah.
I left my shoes at work once. It's easy to do.
Now the dog has them.
Does the dog have them?
It puts 2 feet in each one. It looks stupid dog. Doing a good job though.
Wait, is it 2 feet on each side, or is it the front 2 and the rear 2?
Yeah, it's depending on his mood.
Right.
But he competently turns the spit either
Still
way.
competently how you should
Still
see
better
him.
than you.
Oh, beautiful! Such an even roast. Wouldn't believe it.
Hello.
Is there anyone to talk to but these people?
There are lots of people sort of out and about, and at your greeting, I would say 2/3 of them rush inside and shut their doors.
Rude.
Rude. Yeah.
There's a woman is standing there with sort of like a basket on her hip. It's just a lot of different clothes in there. Some of them are have holes in them and are clearly being patched or something like that. What do you want?
We've been sent by the Green Man of the woods.
What does he want now?
Well, he says you're late to service
your
your debt
bond.
to him.
Are you joking?
No.
Lionel? A man steps out and he's sort of he's from his sort of world weary, but sort of I love being a big, strong man sort of bearing. You would suspect that this is this woman's husband. Steps out and he's like, what is it, Gracie? These people say they're from the Green Man and that we're late with what we owe. You've got some nerve, you people.
We are but messengers. The Green Man says that you owe him.
It's maybe there's a misunderstanding. Just tell us what's going on from your perspective. And
We've
maybe
paid him enough.
Well, what have you paid him?
Why haven't we paid him?
No, but what
Half a
have you-
dozen chickens.
Right.
All the silver in our hamlet.
Right.
We've given him, what else have we given him? Bolts of cloth. Bolts of cloth
You give this.
we've given him.
You give this to him directly, or was there a middleman?
No, he came out of the woods himself.
Well, big green fella,
That's right.
got a beard made of leaves and that.
That's right.
When did this last happen?
He said we were good. He said we were paid up for at least 3 months.
I think you might have given it to an impostor.
What are you talking about?
Or the Green Man has become greedy.
The greedy.
I'll say he's become greedy. Who knows what he's going to take next? What's he going to ask for? One of my children?
I hope
And you people say that you come here working for him. Go on then. What's he sent you to fetch? What's he want out of us this time?
We don't have a specific list of demands. He just said he wanted to know why you were late.
He said he hadn't heard from you. He's just getting worried.
I think you wanted a meeting.
And if he was getting greedy, he probably would have been more specific about what he wanted.
I'll give him
Yeah.
a meeting if he comes back here again.
Great.
Cool,
We'll let
cool.
him know.
1 second, Lionel. I don't think the green man wants like 6 chickens and a bunch of silver and
This
cloth
sounds like something
that a human would want.
person would want.
That the
He
common
turned his
folk
nose
would
up
want.
at my gold.
There we go.
At the May Day parade in Wenlock, they have a fella, he's on like stilts and he's got a hat made of leaves and stuff. He looks like a green man.
Could have been
Do you
him.
think it was the guy on stilts?
Well, it's a bit far to walk on stilts from Wenlock. Oh, they could have carried the stilts.
I think you're on the verge of a breakthrough, Robin.
He's very tired.
Yeah, he's extremely tired.
A little tired, a little wired.
Robin, at this festival of yours, what used to happen at the festival? Was there any sort of gift given?
The green man would come out on his stilts and he'd say, "Oh, it's May Day. Everybody have a drink." And then we'd all have a drink. And then he'd say, "Oh," and then we'd go, "Eh," and then we'd all drink a yard of ale. And then I don't really remember.
Can I try and think back, because I'm a human and I
Brag.
Inspiration every long rest.
yeah, it's pretty sweet. Can I just have a think about what I think typically would be a bargain that you make? You know, what offering would you typically make? I feel like all humans would have a sense of this because we all keep these bargains all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Like a lot of them would be, it's more like acts of service, like
Trimming the verges.
effectively, or like, you know, times of drought, fetching water.
Rather than material.
Material requests are very unusual because what does a wood have, what businesses would have with chickens and silver and
Silk.
silks. Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted to take some stuff from people, you could just get on stilts and put on a leaf hat and be like, "I'm the green man, give me all your chickens."
If we think there's an imposter, maybe we should try and coax this imposter out.
We could ask where he went and maybe try and find him.
Lionel, did you say you gave all your silver to this green man?
Yeah.
There's none left in the village.
Trying to gouge us for more, is that it?
No. I cast locate object on silver.
Oh, very good.
Might get a ping from my dress.
You get an enormous ping from Cressida. Yes, just like boom, 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 boom. Like that's a wealthy
She's got
lady
silver.
right there.
Yeah.
My goodness! But you also further off, you do get a little like just on the edge of your senses. Interestingly, not toward the wood, but away from it. Further north. From where this hamlet is, you can sense it's not much. It would be like a modest pouch at best, but there is silver that way.
All right. I share that with the group. There's silver that way, not towards the woods. And it's the only silver apart from Mrs. Moneybags.
I think it's a bloody fraudster. We should go over and check him out.
Yeah.
Take the silver back.
Lionel, we have a feeling you've been duped. Was there anything else unusual about this transaction
Or the green
compared to
man
previous
himself.
times? Yeah. Was there anything you noticed that felt different this time, other than the specifics of what the green man was asking for?
He demanded we just leave the goods out in a pile out near there's a stone not far from here. He told us to leave the goods there and back away.
But you saw him.
Probably on our route. What
Yeah, we
direction
saw him.
Did he look uneasy on his legs? Like he was
On stilts,
on
perhaps.
stilts, perhaps?
No, he looked very comfortable.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll be honest, at first we were confused and we challenged him. We said, look, something about this doesn't feel right. And the damage he did.
It may not ease your mind, but the green man said to us that he was more worried than offended. So
It's got a weird way of showing it.
Lionel, what damage did he do
He dropped my friend down dead.
wow.
with magic?
We looked at him, and I don't know what transpired. He just fixed him with this evil stare, and then suddenly he just fell down, dead.
Bloody hell.
So after that, we didn't see sense in disobeying him. It's only in the past week we've got really angry. Now here you are.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of it.
We'll sort this out, Lionel. You stay here. We're going to go investigate.
Where's your dead friend? Are they buried?
Yes.
Where?
Don't think that's any of our business, Happen.
He points, and there's like a modest lot where some people have been buried. There are small grave markers.
If we think there's an imposter,
Please don't dig him up.
you're a step ahead of me, Robin. I want to dig him up.
Did I just hear you right? You want to dig up my friend?
I think it's possible that the grave will be empty. Maybe not, but possibly. If the Green Man is some kind of trickster, then an accomplice would certainly...
Don't you talk about Mark like that. I've known him man and boy. I watched him die and I buried him myself. He's dead.
I put an arm around Happen and I'm like, yeah, it's been a long day for all of us, so let's just go and investigate. I'm just sort of walking you away from Lionel.
Okay.
Imagine this, if we find that guy and it's him, then great surprise and good news that didn't involve us digging up a grave.
Okay.
We're going to go that way now. I assume the stone that he referenced is in the direction that also Willow finds
It is.
ping occur.
It is not too far away. It's about 200 yards away, actually.
Okay.
There is, it is like a large flat stone that is propped up on sort of 4 other ones. It's almost like someone's made a rudimentary table. This thing looks very, very old, though.
May we investigate the stone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good idea on the way, isn't it? Yeah.
All right, I'm looking.
I'm looking.
Is it intelligence investigation?
Yes, please.
Ooh. Only 5.
3.
18 minus 2 for exhaustion. 16.
An 8. So Cressida's mildly interested, but not really bothering.
Okay, 4 of you look at it and your brains just go, stone!
Stone.
Yep,
Robin looks
it's
at that
stone.
and you've seen some stones in your time.
Certainly have.
You're also familiar with things being picked up and put down.
Mm-hmm.
You're also familiar with grass.
Yeah.
From the
Am I
basically
ever?
the space underneath this table, the grass is dead, but it is there. You would expect if this thing had been here a very, very long time, nothing would grow in that space. You suspect that while it is made to look very old, this stone is in fact a new addition to the landscape. It has been put there. You do not see any cart tracks or drag marks or anything
This
like
is
that.
a heavy-looking stone.
It's a heavy, heavy stone. So you do not know how it was put here, but put here it was. And you do see some footprints coming to and from that stone.
All right, this is new. It's been brought here by someone and they carried it because they've not been dragging that.
How big are the footprints?
They are about the size of a normal human. On stilts! It's just they seem relatively normal.
This was a big, strong man.
Yeah, well, there's 5 of us. Just go and ask them what's going on, get their stuff back. I'm sure they'll be reasonable. I shouldn't go around robbing people.
Can I attempt some tracking on the footprints?
Please do.
I'd like to try and establish a way that we can follow them to their source without following them directly, if you know what I mean. I want to estimate where they end and sort of take a roundabout route.
Okay, sure.
A kind of stealthy approach.
That would be a nature or survival check.
Okay, let's make it nature, in which case it was 16.
Okie dokie. So for the first part of it, the footsteps are very, very clear, and sure enough, you go a little way along and Willow you find like a small pouch of silver that has been dropped. Clearly somebody was carrying off a lot of things, did not notice it hit the ground.
You should give that to Cressida. She's extremely good at keeping it safe.
Yeah, she's a bank.
I'm not sure, but
Just as you were good
we've
at
got bigger
protecting
fish
people.
to fry, so Cressida.
Oh, thank you.
Just as Lug defends the woods and you defend people, and I'm skilled with my bow, and Robin is kind, Cressida is very good at looking after other people's money.
She's a bank.
You were asking for you want to get a read on where you reckon these footprints might be going.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got, they carry on a little bit and then the ground sort of dips a ways and sort of, it's not like a mini valley, but there is sort of a hill down there, and ahead of you is just more moorland, but like you sort of see off to the left a ways, there is a sort of like a rocky outcrop. You know, it's not quite a tor, but there's, you know, you just get sort of random patches of rock in the middle of a moorland. You can see a sort of gap in there, which suggests possibly a little bolt hole or something along those lines. You reckon if there's somebody skulking about here and they've got a nearby base of operations, it's there.
I think whoever was at the table has come from in that hole. Can I squeeze into it? Can I wriggle in?
It's quite a ways off. Do you want to all head over there?
Should we approach it somewhat stealthily? Is that a good idea? As stealthily as you can.
We just want to
Do
have a
it on
chat.
a
Just wanna
moorland.
chat with them.
Right.
Know what's going on.
If someone's inside there, then they would be able to see us and we wouldn't be able to see them right now. So perhaps if we wanted to be extra cautious, we could walk back to the village and then walk around to the back of the bolt hole so that if anyone was watching, they would think that we'd just come to look at the stone and left.
Cressida was invisible yesterday. That was neat.
Didn't see that.
Cressida, you've already done so much looking after our money. Would you be willing to help us once more this day?
If you insist. She gets visible.
Alrighty.
Good.
Cressida, you've gone invisible. How are you proceeding? Apart from invisibly, how are you approaching this bolt hole?
Like picking up skirt from like the hem because she's just like, because she just wants to try and keep as clean as possible. And just tentatively like having a little nose around and just seeing how big is it again? It's
the like opening to this thing itself is probably sort of about that high off the ground and sort of about that wide, and it's built into sort of like a big craggy sort of cluster of stone that then has, you know, grass on top and gives away into the moor.
I'd just like to kind of like peer in and just see what I can see at the moment. I suppose intelligence investigation.
Yes, please.
Okay, so that is a 16.
Okay. You can see, firstly, you can see that this stone matches perfectly the stone that was back there. So that table came from somewhere, and it was here. As far as you can tell, you don't think anyone is in there. Like you see no flicker of light from a fire. The ground around the rock doesn't seem to have been disturbed recently, although there are signs that someone's been back and forth in the area of late.
What do you see, Cress?
I walk back and I go, well, it doesn't seem to be anyone in there.
Ah, who said that? a ghost.
So if you folks want to shuffle your way in there, I can wait outside.
All right, Cress.
Yes, it's me. Hello.
Sorry for the
Hello.
moment there. Quite tired.
Thanks, Cressida. Seems like the coast is clear, everyone. Let's go.
All right.
March into the bolt.
Yeah, I'm going with you.
Let's go.
You're fine.
Right.
Quickly. Start kicking things over inside the bolt.
You marching up to the
Yeah.
Yes.
Marching in.
place.
Marching in.
Full of confidence.
Well, if Fine's doing a strength investigations check.
Yeah.
Hello.
I mean, it's been recce'd. It's definitely safe in there now.
I would like a wisdom perception check, please, from, you said that Robin and Happen were leading the charge?
Willow fine.
Willow.
Sorry,
Okay,
Willow, fine.
I'll go first.
Okay, wisdom perception check, please.
That is a 19.
Okay.
Ooh.
Willow, fine, you stop, like on a dime. The ground leading up to this entrance looks natural, but it like capital L, capital N looks natural. It's suspiciously pristine, like it's been carefully arranged, or like something's been camouflaged Was it a 6, Robin?
Sure, well, it was an 8, but I'm exhausted.
Oh.
You sweepy.
You're creepy.
You take 6 points of piercing damage. You have stepped on a spike growth.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Cool. Well, I immediately pass out from the pain and then unnaturally snap back up into like, what the hell?
Oh, hello again.
Where are we?
It's been a while.
That?
Don't be cross with Robin just because he stepped on a spike growth.
Did it grow
what?
after I'd
Ow.
left?
Ah. Can I extricate myself from this, please? Okay, I've extricated myself from the spike growth. What's going on? Where are we?
We are on some moorland. We are investigating a small bolt hole, and we are doing it on behalf of a local hamlet who we believe may have been tricked by a fake green man, and a real green man asked us to go to the hamlet.
That was the Morven recap.
It's in this cave. How far away is the entrance? Where does the look natural thing stop?
So you are 20 feet out from the entrance to the cave.
A misty step into the cave.
Very nice.
Fancy.
You step into the cave. You see all sorts piled up in there. There's like a modest chest of money. There are some like bolts of fine cloth. There is the remnants of a fire with a pot over it, which seems to have some sort of chicken stew in it. And you also see there's just piled up in the corner, there's a weird sort of like amalgamation of, it looks like costuming supplies, really. There's sort of like a shirt that's sort of covered in leaves that have been stitched on. Mm-hmm. There's a pot of sort of like, it's almost like someone's made a poultice out of greenery and moss, all this kind of thing.
Okay, I'll call out to the others. I'm like, yeah, all that stuff's in here. Some sort of green man costume, does that make sense?
That does actually make perfect sense, yes. But there's no one here, no person or creature.
I again cast my eyes around the room.
Be on your guard, though, Morven, because we are looking for someone who is allegedly capable of killing with a glance.
Okay, I cast Detect Thoughts to see if I can pick up anyone in the vicinity.
Okay. You have gone a little way into this little sort of cave. You get a ping from directly over your head. Just up.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get that ping, I would like whereabouts are the rest of you standing?
I think just down ways beyond the spike growth trap.
Okay. How close are you to each other?
Pretty close, I think.
close.
We would have gathered
Yeah,
around
good and
Morven
vulnerable.
on the edge of the spike growth.
DC 17 strength saving throws then, please.
Oh. No.
Boom.
I'm
9.
gonna send this with the special die. See if the sprites can help or hinder.
Actually, I have an I have a inspiration that I didn't use from ages ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 80.
I have no inspiration.
And can I also say, yeah, because I got a 1.
Sure thing.
-7.
Okay.
-7.
Mine is 7.
Right.
-7 would be pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
Yeah, I completely bought that then. I was like, -7, dang.
Bloody hell.
So, apart from Cressida, all of you are now restrained because shooting from the ground, they're sort of grasping plants. They look like, have you ever seen devil's finger mushrooms? They're like these egg sacs that then burst out into these like red and black like octopus tentacles. They are nightmarish in extremis. And those just basically bubble out of the ground, pop open and latch onto your calves. Morven, you're fine because you're in the cave. You got out the way, Cressida. Lug and Willow, fine, you are both restrained. On a 1, I'm going to say that these things, they grab you and pull you down so that you are now like your legs up to your belly button. You are just buried in the ground.
Oh, unlucky.
Oh my God, you're not going out like that, are you? Wearing that? No, I don't think so. The governor's ball? No, you need something much finer. So that's, get rid of that. Get yourself one of these. The Oxventure Guild Chaotic Good Vibes Only t-shirt available now at store.outsidexbox.com. Who knows, by the end of the night, you could be the new ambassador.
Stop. Hey, what's that sound? It's us promoting Unwinding Wyrdwood, which is the series in which Zach and I sit down and discuss each episode of Oxventure Wyrdwood in greater detail. We're halfway through episode 4 now. Hope you're enjoying it. We're going to talk about it so much, just so much. So if you do want to check that out, go to patreon.com/oxclub.
That's the one. Get all those juicy behind the scenes details. We'll see you there.
Yum, yum.
Hey you! Yeah, you little doom-scrolling so-and-so. Do you like board games? We're not talking about trying to force your family into bankruptcy and Monopoly, or looking like a right Professor Plum as you guess it wrong again in Cluedo. We're talking about good board games. You see, we're No Rolls Barred and we love board games. We're a group of friends and comedians who have been playing games together and having fun on YouTube for years, and now we are going on tour in the UK. We're going to be bringing our chaotic comedy show to theatres around the UK as we hit you with a mix of gameplay, improv, and spirited bickering, alongside some excellent interactive elements for the audience to get involved in our supersized versions of modern classic games. If this sounds like your cup of tea, then why not come and see us as we roll into Manchester on October the 13th, London on the 15th and 16th of October, and Birmingham on October 17th. Tickets are going fast, so if you're keen, make sure to grab your seats and sort out your travels soon and get on board.
And we'll probably roll for initiative.
Yes.
All right.
Lug.
7.
Happen.
19.
Willow fine.
13.
Morven.
21.
It's Morven time. Cressida.
16.
Okie dokie. Morven, you are first.
Cool. Seeing these folks wrapped in magical vines, I sort of go, and I cast Dispel Magic on the spike growth.
Lovely. Okay.
Thanks.
What level is the spell?
1.
Okay, it ends.
Ha.
Dang. Happen is still buried to the to the waist in the ground because that's just where he is now. But he's no longer being held in there. Cool. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I'm good. I'll just roll my eyes and go, God, bloody everything around here.
Thought the Passag was Lug's thing.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. After that, Happen. What do? You're in the ground now.
I would like to look around and see if there's a target that I can.
Under the ground?
So, I really should have described that bit. Hey, the ping from above Morven's head, where the sort of this person you've come to find is standing. They are on top of all of the rocks. Basically, as you came in through the front, they just tottered up the hill.
Right.
Oh,
So feels
They're
shoot-
visible to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
What are they? What do they look like?
Yeah. What do they look like? Yeah. What is it?
They are.
What is it that I'm about to shoot through the eye socket?
It looks.
Is it someone half out of a Green Man costume?
Green man trousers on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's almost too good. Yeah, you know what? They're
As long
wearing
as it's the trouser half.
they're wearing rough spun clothing, and it looks like a costume.
Right.
You can see kind of it's sort of hanging off them, and it's kind of the shirt is split to the chest, and underneath you can see an intricate network of different tattoos. All of them seem quite sort of. I was going to say edgy. They do not seem like friendly person tattoos. If that
Right.
makes sense. That's who you can see.
Sure.
It is your go.
Yeah, I'll try and send an arrow through their leg, I think.
Okie
Middle of the
dokie.
calf.
Please make me
Should make
a
it hard for
roll.
them to concentrate on anything.
You are looking for an AC of 13 because Hessian sackcloth does not do much in the way of preventing damage.
Can I make this a sharpshooter extra damage?
Be my guest.
-5 penalty to the attack.
Okay.
If it's just Hessian, seems like.
Yep.
Critical 1.
Praise Praise Cadence.
Praise Cadence. Okie dokie. How do we punish that one? You are in the ground. 1 to 3,
How
4 to
about-
6.
Oh no, I don't want.
There you go.
Okay, sure.
Consequence.
2. Roll damage.
Okay.
No, not you.
Yeah, go on.
Happen.
But they're right next to me. Okay, fine.
I mean, you rolled a crit 1. What do you want? Disadvantage on the roll?
I just thought maybe it could hurt me or something.
Oh, I mean, if you'd rather.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would rather. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
You fire it directly up into the sky and it falls directly back down onto your head.
Can I? Well, like, if you. How about this? How about this? I'll make you a bargain.
Okay.
Devil's bargain. If I don't hurt anyone else,
Mhm.
because I don't want to do that. Can I have it that my bow string breaks,
Oh,
which is pretty bad for you, which is pretty bad for Happen because it'll hurt him.
yeah.
And also it's bad because his bow's broken.
Sure. That's harsher than the thing I had in mind.
What the heck?
You luck
All right,
pervert.
great. Yeah, sure. Your
Yeah.
your bowstring snaps and it lashes. Like, I assume you're wearing one of those guards that stops the string from like connecting with your forearm.
Big assumption. Let's find out.
Well, I was going to say it hits you above that.
It's too much like managing luck. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, probably. Okie dokie. Yeah, that probably hurts a lot, actually. Let's get one of these.
He's into it.
It's actually only 6 points of slashing damage.
Oh.
But it's the pride bit that hurts the most.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. Since leaving home, I think Happen is finding that rejoicing in bad luck is proving more challenging than it was when he just lived in a stone temple.
Yeah, I can see that.
Accidentally stubbed his toe. Praise Cadence.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas now it's like
That's 6 points of slashing damage on the arm.
Yeah, and not so many accidents and
And
stuff.
so many deaths.
Yeah.
So many deaths.
All right, so first, I need to make a check to see if the spike growth persists. No, it disappears because our friend is casting a different spell. Happen, I need you to make me a DC 17 wisdom saving throw, unless Morven, you want to counterspell this. This is, he's casting Mind Spike
On Happen.
on Happen.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I roll my eyes hugely and cast Counterspell. Using all my good spell slots.
Do you need to do anything for counterspell, or it just happens?
I do. Well, you do. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your spell save DC?
Spell save DC is 15.
Okay, here we go. That works. I rolled a 6.
Cool. I'm just like, no.
You see, like, you don't see it, but Happen. You're like, it's like there was a headache building inside of your skull, and you sort of see this guy like focusing you with, like, just fixing you with a glare, and was about to like clench his fist and drive a mind spike into your mind, and suddenly you just feel that sensation get swept away, like it's just like a candle is snuffed out, and you just
They thought better of it.
you get a flash of, you know, like when you're walking along and you catch like the smell of someone's perfume or something, you're like, what? You just know that they're there, or
Okay.
you're immediately reminded
Essence
of
of Morven.
yeah, as fast as like your synaptic system can do. You just get this blast of Morven goes through your head.
I flash Morven a face that says thank you.
Our charlatan friend is quite annoyed by this and is going to basically start heading down the side of this tour and is going to try and get closer to you all.
Oh.
Cressida, it's your turn.
I am going to try and sneak into the cave from where I am. I'm going to try and just get in there and root around and try and find something. Because I kind of, she sort of wants to stay invisible and not be seen. And
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you can head into the cave. That is
Yeah.
Easy enough. What are you looking for in particular?
The silver, but then just seeing if there's any kind of like something that she can sort of hold hostage, I suppose, like as a like they'll stop fighting if I just have this.
If there's anything, it's probably the silver. Like there
Okay.
is, like I said, there's like a chest about that big that is like fairly stuffed with coin.
Okay.
Not all of it is silver, some of it is gold. There's some jewelry in there. It seems like this is a grift that has been going for a while in different parts of Wyrdwood. So yeah, you are invisible and you have like a heavy chest of riches.
Lovely.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it for the moment.
After Cressida, we have Willowfine.
I step up and cast Hold Person on the druid. I try.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Wisdom saving throw will have the paralyzed condition for the duration, concentration up to a minute. Well, that's not good. What's your spell save DC, please?
15.
This is a 16.
Curses.
You kind of, is there like any, specifically with Willowfine's magic, do you see there being any like visual component to it, like, you know, like spectral chains or
It's
anything like that?
light-based.
Okay.
So I think it looks like when the clouds part and there's like a kind of god ray, like illumination, not aggressive, not a damage-dealing kind of illumination, but it's like he's caught in a kind of beam of light that then fails to hold him.
Right, yeah, it's kind of like, it's almost like he concentrates and tenses and it gutters out. Kind of like blink, blink. And yeah, is snuffed.
Oh.
Sorry, Willowfine. Lug.
Hello.
Hi.
Time to get ragey, I think,
Yeah,
probably.
sounds
You know, like Lug's just muttering under his voice. He's like, you know, maybe the next Hamlet there won't be some weird stuff going on there. We'll just get to a normal Hamlet, maybe stop at an inn, perhaps have a pint, but not this one.
Pint would be nice.
He's pure raging.
Yeah. You're raging.
Hell hath no fury like a thirsty furbog
Yeah.
scorned.
So I'm going to activate Rage as my bonus action, and I'm going to, you know, I'm just going to head up there with my big hammer and try and clock it on the head.
Bonk. Okie dokie. AC 13.
Maybe I won't roll like garbage this time.
Why would you say that?
It's a 16.
Hey!
Finally cleared it. Cool. All right, I'll roll you some
Fortunately,
damage.
that puts you in a good mood and your rage
Yeah, my rage.
Like,
dissipates.
Cool. All right. It's 1d12. That's plus, so that's 9 plus, so that's 11.
Okay.
So that's 11.
Okie dokie. 11 points of damage. Yeah, you sort of catch him in the ribs. Like, and goes like, that's one attack.
Cool, yeah,
Will you
I'd-
be making another?
I would like to do another one, please.
Again.
All right. Ah, yeah. That is a 21.
Woof, that'll do it.
Yep. And then I'll roll some more damage. That is 8 plus 2 from my rage damage, so 10. Plus another 2 from my strength modifier, 12.
Okie
4
dokie.
points.
Lovely.
Pure raging.
Pure raging, baby. All right. We're back around to the top. Morven, you're still in the cave.
So I can't see this guy because he's on the roof, or can I see him?
He was on the roof. Now he's sort of come down the side, and Lug has run up and donked him in the ribs. You can't see him, but you could easily leave the cave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Also, there's a levitating chest of gold.
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Too much about it.
Frankly, I'm sick of this guy not having his mind slivered, so I'm going to walk out of the cave and sliver his mind with mind sliver.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can't be having guys with unslivered minds hanging around.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just not right.
As a bonus action before I do this, I'd like to activate innate sorcery. So the simmering wellspring of magic within me bubbles up and spills over into my my magical attacks. And yeah, I cast Mind Sliver. So you must succeed on an intelligence saving throw. Although I'm gonna cast this as a heightened spell, so you have disadvantage.
Okie dokie. What's the spell save DC again?
16.
Okay. Well, with disadvantage, how does 9 sound?
Not good.
Me, no.
Okay, so you take 2d6 psychic damage, and you must subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw you make before the end of my next turn.
Okie dokie. That sounds bad for me. What's the damage, please?
5 and a 4, so that's 9.
Okay. Right. What does it look like when Morven mind slivers some chum?
It's not much to look at externally. Like Morven just sort of raises a hand to her head, points at the guy. If you had like a Mortal Kombat X-ray cam, so you would see like twin slashes across like the brain, just sort of like create lesions on the surface of the brain.
Dang.
Like deep into the mind. So yeah, standing out there, it just looks like someone with a really bad headache. But if you had a camera in there, it's pretty messed up.
Did hear X is bad for the brain. This guy kind of crumples to his knees and sort of goes, "Oh, I yield! Oh, please don't do that again. That was horrible.
I don't know, I might do it again. I don't know, what do you think?
Please don't do it again. Who are you people? What do you want? Why are you poking around my hovel?"
I'm actually not entirely clear if you could what's going on.
You've been falsely representing yourself as the Green Man, and it's made a lot of trouble with that hamlet down the way.
And the Green Man himself.
Who says I've been?
Says.
Who says I've been doing it?
The hamlet says.
Where's your proof?
There's a Green Man costume in the cave, you idiot.
Full of proof.
That could be anyone's.
All right, I start to warm up a mind sliver.
Okay, all right. Yes, it's mine. Fine. But times are hard, and I needed money, and chickens, and cloth.
What did you need money for?
Costumes.
More costumes.
Fripperies, why? Cressida, what are you doing?
He's franchising this thing.
So like, I'm trying to.
So many chicken
I've taken some and like stuffed it in like my pouch and my bag. So because it's a bit heavy, and she's sort of like, I'm not sure if I can take all of this back.
Okay.
Start with the gold ones and
Yeah,
work your way down.
she's taken like the what she can discern to be the most pricey, most like highest worth coins and jewels.
Okie dokie.
And
Stay rich.
yeah.
Staying invisible?
Yeah, I'd like to stay invisible and sort of like walk out with the chest.
It's like
and be
clinking
like-
sound.
Yeah, and just be like kind of like
Money,
the Green Man does not take silver.
Dispel magic. He's like, the hell is this?
Shit.
What level is your invisibility?
1.
It just stops. And he goes, "You!"
Ooh.
Make me a wisdom insight check.
Oh. Okay, so that is a 24.
You've never seen this man before in your life. You are absolutely certain you have never seen this man before in your life.
Me, yes. Who are you?
What?
I would remember someone like yourself. Those markings that you have painted on you. I would have remembered that.
Have you been paying tribute to a Cressida that came out of the woods?
Have you had a disagreement with your bank manager?
Woman, Cressida Blackwater, ruined my life.
Why did you do that, Cressida?
She extended a line of credit to me back in Mettensay some years ago, and when I couldn't bring up on the principal, she jacked up the interest so much I was made destitute. I have been scrounging and scrabbling my way across Hale ever since. I taught myself magic in the hope that one day I would see her again and I could kill her. And now I find she has invaded my home, taken all of my money again to further ruin me, and she doesn't remember who I am. I am Evander Mountforth. That does not ring a bell. You think, you're like, maybe I saw that once on an eviction notice, potentially.
Flew across your desk.
Sorry, what was that again?
Evander
Yes?
Mountforth.
You have to admit, Evander, there's an irony here. Lug doesn't understand irony.
Well, I think if I take this, and I'm sure there's plenty to give back to the villagers that have it, this will cover your debt.
You have a nerve.
I have many nerves.
Don't even. You recovered the principal by taking everything I had.
Well, I'm sorry. I looked after a lot of people's accounts. We were a very successful bank, and I'm sorry.
You there?
There's got something going on. I cast reduce on all of the stuff to make it small enough to carry, and I'm just like, you need to figure this out. I'm going.
You there? No, stop. You there?
What?
With the ridiculous haircut, I need to know something.
It's not voluntary. What?
I want to kill her. Are you gonna do that thing to me again? If I try.
Kill who you want. I'm leaving. This
Fantastic.
is not
He casts right. Good.
Well, I've barely spoken to this one.
Cressida, did you do an interest rate? I don't know what interest rate is. They sound bad.
Are you interested in rates?
Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please? DC 17.
Cressida is very good at
That's a nat 20!
I missed the dice tower, but it did land on a 20.
So it counts.
Okay, so you're only taking half damage.
Oh, okay, that's good. Because I'm quite spongy. Well, I'm not spongy at all. I'm quite brittle.
14 halved is you take 7 points of psychic damage.
Oh, ow.
What's worse is, for him, as you get this sort of mind spike into your head, you get a flash of this guy's essence, and you're like, nope, still nothing. No idea who he is. Like,
Hey, Evander.
what?
Just because your life is ruined doesn't mean you go around ruining the lives of like all these people in these villages. And
She started it.
yes, I know, and that's bad. And
Their lives aren't ruined. They just don't have any chickens now.
yeah, but they've failed to deliver on a bargain with the wild folk, and as you probably
That's
noticed,
not my fault.
I mean, it is because
It's directly your fault.
It's directly your fault for dressing up as a green man.
But just let them kill each other, Lug. We'll just take this stuff back and we can get on with it.
I never hit the same place twice. I'm an itinerant green man.
Okay, I mean that's still bad though. You're still ruining people's lives.
I think what this green man has done is not so bad.
My name is Evander.
Evander, sorry.
Somebody remember my name is Evander.
Evangelo, listen.
Evanescence, be reasonable.
I think we should let the green man decide.
Yes.
Yes, I think we've let the green man decide.
Decide what?
To be done
What's
with
to
you.
be done?
Oh, come on!
The green man has a court in the woods, the highest court in the land. Cressida can come too, so she can explain how it wasn't her fault that she lost all of your money, because she's very good at looking after it. So it must have been a mistake. Or
No, but she
misunderstanding.
didn't lose all his money. She just
Kept it all, and
was
you're
still
gonna
very sharp.
shop me
She's keeping some of my money.
to the ancient being I've been impersonating.
Yes.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that though.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't have done that.
How about we just make a deal? I promise I will never do any of this again, and I sincerely hope we never see each other again. I will stop trying. I'll give up my life's work of wanting you dead. Can I just go, please?
Give us your green man costume.
It's in the cave.
All of it.
Take the trousers off.
Oh, come on! You strip a powerful confidence trickster / magic user down to his underwear. You still want to take me into the green man now?
Now you may go. Folding the green trousers.
Don't do it again, or we'll be on to you.
He casts invisibility on himself, and you just see some footsteps just kind of stalk us. He just starts walking across the moor.
I shout into the ether like, I think it would be okay if you just didn't impersonate the green man anymore.
And stopped robbing people.
Well, who's to say what's robbery? I mean, he lost all his money.
Can I send message?
Yeah.
Just say,
Lol.
What do you say?
Dunked on.
thank you for banking with Blackwater.
You just hear a scream.
And it's whispered, so it's like,
Oh, Right. There's a man sort of comes running. It's Lionel. He's like, I heard screaming.
Oh, sorry, Morven went down into the village and gave them their stuff back. What,
she already has. Sorry. We cut to the village. Morven is there.
Morven casts in large on the reduced pile of stuff.
Found your stuff. Some of it was missing.
They're working some stuff out up there. They're both as bad as each other.
Thank you. That's wonderful.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I left the silver. I didn't need the silver.
Oh, I've just remembered.
This is more money than we gave them.
Yes, possibly.
Is there anything we can do for you?
No, I mean, are you happy? Are you going to keep up your bargain now with the Green Man?
You should meet with him.
You know, tell him what's happened and that you'll keep up your bargain, yes?
Yes, we'll go see the Green... Yes, of course, right away.
Yes, all right, good. Well, then our business is complete, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any wine? She's just...
No.
I found this wineskin. I think it's Robin's. You can have it.
I just want to say sincere condolences for the loss of your friend. We found his killer, and he did indeed have look at you and kill you spells. I think we forgot about the murder he did when we sort of...
Oh, I also forgot about the murder.
When we kind of sent him off with a slap on the wrist.
Evangel!
Thunder! Evangelion!
Well, look, we're all very sad about Mark, but...
Yeah, Mark.
But look at all the money you have now.
I suppose...
Silver lining,
Start
literally.
trusting his-
Morven's already stamping off into the woods, so that this is all not hearing any of this.
Look, thank you for putting us back on the right path.
You're welcome.
Right, you're...
Stamping off back to the Green Man.
Sure thing.
I mean, I don't really know where that is, because I wasn't there, but...
Okay.
It's all right,
The
you'll
woods
find
in
your way.
general.
Just angrily
Magically,
stamping
you'll
into the
find
woods.
your way.
Yeah,
Impatiently stamping into
The woods do basically intercept you. And yeah, you find yourself in a weird kind of clearing with previous description of Green Man thing.
I assume we're all trying to keep up.
Yeah. Yeah, like you storm into this clearing followed by like
We jog into
four
the
companions who are like
yeah.
a bit out of
All right, your task is complete. There was a trickster involved. We got them their stuff back. They
We
will
have his
uphold.
trousers.
Oh,
They'll uphold their bargain, and we also got these trousers, so you can have those if you like.
no, you may keep them.
I don't want them.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wait, Green Man,
Yes.
if I may speak.
Yeah.
You tasked us with checking on that hamlet and ensuring and reminding them that they owe you a debt.
Yes.
And I think any objective observer would say that we went above and beyond on that score.
And you gesture to the trousers.
Not to the trousers. I want to try and persuade the Green Man to give us something extra. The way in Wyrdwood, we live amongst the wild folk, and sorry, I'm actually going to say this to the others, not to the Green Man. I suppose you could probably hear, but and like the wild folk love to bargain. They love to barter. They love to deal with humans. I don't think this is as rude as it looks. I think this is, bargains and bonds. It's what makes the relationship between humans and wild folk stronger. So I want to pile it on. Can I roll to try and persuade the Green Man, ancient god of the woods, to give me some sweet loot?
Yep. Of course you can.
I will do what I can to nudge this into spectacular success or failure territory.
Great.
Using the cadence D20.
Meh.
Sake. That is a 11.
Okay. That's 2 11s though. He does find you amusing.
2 11s. What a coincidence.
That's lucky, isn't it?
Praise Kate.
No.
We had a long... Did we have a long rest? No, just me. No.
I haven't used my inspiration. Oh, I haven't used my inspiration. This,
Bloody humans.
It's just per long rest, though. We haven't.
Yeah, we had a
Yeah,
long
you had a long rest
I
earlier.
had one before we...
We had
On you
a
go
sleep
if you
in
want
the
to.
woods.
man. Thanks, Andy. Keeper of my inspiration. You can put that on a t-shirt if you like.
No, luck pervert is the first.
Come on.
Hey!
Finally, one.
Praise Cadence.
That's more like it.
You please me, strange man. That's all he says.
His Happens trousers fall down.
The sprites have to. The sprites have to be the ones to sort of make this fail. I don't know how that is.
yes.
Maybe the sprites pull my trousers
Yeah.
down at the critical moment of fun.
Hold your hand out for the loot. Pull your trousers down.
Yeah, the green man winds a mystical bowstring vine around, prepares to hand it over, and then the sprites pull Happens trousers.
Changes his mind.
Oh,
I shall restore that which is broken.
that was poor timing.
Not today, for anything special from me. He sort of waves a hand and your bow restrings itself.
But just with normal hemp or whatever it is.
Do his trousers come back up?
It's up to him. That's his lookout, not the
I
green
think on a
man's.
one, I have to sort of awkwardly
Shuffle
like
back.
sort of shuffle
definitely.
backwards. I try to pull them up quickly, but in my panicky haste, I fall over onto my
Oh
face.
no.
You know when you're trying to like get quickly into a sleeping bag?
No.
I believe
An urgent need.
also, well, I promised one of you information, should you come good on this task, but it occurs to me that the one I promised no longer stands here.
I looked at the others and then kind of realised what he's saying. What do you mean? What did you promise Robin?
He asked me about the man in the hat and jacket.
You've seen the man in the hat?
I know of him. He's been weaving his way in and out of these woods for some time now.
Who is he? What does he want? Where is he from?
You ask me questions beyond my own knowledge, but this I will tell you. He calls himself the Poor Man. And he vexes me. He is recent, new to Hale. And yet, something in him, I fear, may be older even than me, myself. That is all I can tell you.
I see.
Calls himself the Poor Man, and he's very, very old. Okay.
It's better than nothing, I suppose. It's a start. I shall have to do some research.
I feel like we didn't really find anything in this hamlet that's worth reporting to the folk moot or to the other teams.
No, it's
Nothing
just
magical or
a con man
con
who
man.
lost all his money.
Just a murderer you let go.
We forgot. In our defence.
Is it a miscarriage of justice if you forgot the crime?
No, I suppose you're right. Anyway, shall we continue onwards? Will we be allowed passage through the wood?
Yes.
Northwest, please.
You're right. Well, your blood debt is paid. You may move freely through the wood again. Keep to your bargains. Issue no quarrel. You should know this. He's looking specifically at Lug and at Will I Find. Go. I sense that you have graver matters to attend to than these.
Very well.
All right.
I agree, ma'am.
He nods and then stops moving again. Like he did overnight when he was just watching Robin. Who has the copestones? You feel a tink, 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 tink
Yep.
in your pocket.
I withdraw the copestone.
It's the
My
north
copestone.
one again.
Your
What are
copestone.
you doing with it?
They're my copestones now.
We put Willow.
Robin gave them to me.
We put Willow Fine in charge because she makes good choices.
Very well. What do they say?
There is a message being tapped out. The first letter is just being formed on the stone. The strokes are rapid and like some are shallow, some are deep. It's very, very ragged, as if someone is hurrying. And you kind of watch, waiting for the message to appear, and then the stone jumps up from your palm and splits into two halves.
Which one was it? The one from the
North.
North.
They said they didn't.
were fine.
Yeah. Just ask for directions.
If you would pick up the stone and sort of put it back together, you would see that there is a clean line, but coming into that line, there's a wedge cut out from either side that sort of exploded into bone shards, almost as if someone brought an axe down on the stone itself.
Oh no.
Yikes.
And that is where our episode ends. No. But not just yet, because it's time for the rolling right.
Yeah.
What is everyone's debt at, please?
Mine's at 1.
Of course
still.
it is.
14.
40. Hello, we're climbing the ranks, aren't we?
11.
20.
Ooh, only went up to 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, who's going to get an envelope? Is anyone going to get an envelope? Let's find out right now.
Okay, just need a lucky 13 or above. Let's go. 32. I'm okay. Woo. Praise cadence? I don't know.
Okay, I need to roll over a 20. It's fine.
It's a 1 in 5
fine.
chance.
1 in 5, it's fine.
All right. Two bears high-fiving, 43.
That got me really good.
That's great.
Right.
Okay, so I need 10 or below. No, wait, I don't want 10 or below.
You want
And
12 or up?
I want 12 or up. Well, it's 98, so.
Okay, well, yeah, all right.
Hey.
My count's at 14, so 15 and above is safe for me. 51.
There it is.
Oh, but 5-1.
Hey, reverse those numbers.
Reverse those numbers.
And it's fine.
Switch, reverse it.
Reverse those numbers and I'm fine.
All right, don't roll a 1. That is 63.
Yeah.
It's not one.
Safe.
Woo!
All safe.
Safest magic
safe.
users in the land.
Now.
That is preposterous. Can you believe that we're halfway through this season of Wyrdwood and still not one of you has got one of the lovely envelopes I prepared? Anyway, thank you very much for being here and playing. Thank you very much for watching. And of course, thank you very much to Volder's Spire of Secrets. We'll see you soon.